Hello and welcome to Age of Empires 2. We're going to be playing a game against the computer, and I'm going to be just having a bit of fun and kind of checking to see how I do. So, all right. Now, I am by no means a good player. I'll just give you a heads up at the very beginning. This is a moderate AI. We'll see whether I'm able to beat it. I don't know if I will be able to. I will try to do a good job. Generally, in the beginning of the game, you want to make sure that you're gathering as much food as possible. Make sure that you're spending all your resources. Make sure that you don't run out of housing capacity. And other than that, just kind of keep everybody busy and keep producing food and villagers. That's the general idea. So, I do have Age of Empires 4 and I have Age of Empires 3, and I really love the look of Age of Empires 3. I think it is a beautiful game. I really enjoy the setting. I like the civilizations. I think it's super cool. And then Age of Empires 4, of course, has a rather sleek, finished look to it. It's a new game, it's a modern release, and so I really would like to root for it. But the truth of the matter is, it really feels, and I think that in the comments I've seen from the community, it really does seem a lot like Age of Empires 2 is truly the king of the RTS genre still. And with the newly announced release of the Return to Rome expansion pack for Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition, it does look a lot like we're going to have a expansion that's going to be very cool coming up for this game, as we'll be able to finally play Rome. And I think there's something to be said for the fact that you can have something good going for a game, but then there's certain fundamental, foundational things that seem to be kind of missing. And those are a turn-off. So for example, when I start the game here, I can super easily hit the auto-skip button, and this guy's going to run off and go look around for exploring the map and finding sheep and stuff of that general nature. I like that. I don't like it that Age of Empires 4, the first thing you find, you start the game, and you have to manually send the scout out to go find the sheep, and then manually send him back to bring the sheep back home to the base so your people can harvest them. It just feels like an extra level of micromanagement that doesn't add anything to the strategic value of the game. And then there's the factor of convenient hotkeys and ease of navigating the UI. And it really seems like Age of Empires 2 is very easy to understand. At a glance, moments matter a lot in a game like this. You don't have time to try to figure out what the meaning of something is. You need to just be able to take a quick glance and know what you're looking at. And then if you want to make some kind of a correction, you should be able to do it very rapidly without having to focus on how to get the UI to do what you want it to do. Age of Empires 4 feels like it's polished, it's beautiful, but there's too many things that kind of look the same at a glance. Whereas Age of Empires 2 feels a lot more intuitive to just see your landscape and understand what's going on. There's things like calling your villagers back to garrison that seems really quick, really easy in Age of Empires 2. But in Age of Empires 4, it always feels like it just takes a little bit of extra effort to get them to do what you need them to do. And that extra second or two winds up maybe costing you in the end. And Age of Empires 3, I think a lot of the complaints people have had that have made it not the most popular Age of Empires game are valid. Namely, the way there's these cards that you can select that give you extra goodies and bonuses as you play the game. I find when I'm playing Age of Empires 3, I wind up always having to remind myself to go click the little button to get into the card screen to call in my shipments or whatever, and it's immersion breaking. Instead of focusing on my production, it seems like I'm focusing on things that aren't even really exactly strategic things that I've done. Yes, it's strategic to pick what deck you want to use, that's true, but it's not strategic in the same way as figuring out where you're going to put your villagers or something like that. So, in terms of a sense of competitiveness, Age of Empires 2 and Age of Empires 4 feel a lot more genuine as strategy games than Age of Empires 3, which ultimately is very valid because these games are not really role-playing games as much as they are games of strategy where it's all about your play style and trying to prevail at the end of the day. Age of Empires 2 is just kind of the king of the hill, it seems like it is. And I'm not super into RTSs anymore. I like them, definitely like them, but I also view them as very much secondary to other games that I would be playing a lot more. For me, an RTS is a game I would play once in a while if I feel like I'm in the mood, but not by any means all the time. And I guess that is relevant because for a game like this, skill is important, and you get skill by playing a lot. So if you're very casual about the way you play, you might not have a good experience in a multiplayer arena or something like that, where a lot of the people who play the game are very good at it because it's their main hobby. It's the main game that they play. And also, a lot of people have been playing the game for quite a number of years. In any case, all things considered, I'm revisiting this because I saw the ad announcing the new DLC. I got excited because I thought that's really cool if we're going to be able to play Rome in Age of Empires 2 DE. And if it's just a cosmetic thing and Rome is really basically the same as any other Civ, that's fine. Because Rome is so cool. I understand Rome was in Age of Empires 1. So what we're doing is we're getting those new civilizations that are actually old civilizations from before. And I'll tell you, what I really wish for, very much wish for, would be a game just like Age of Empires 2, about like that, but set in a World War II or modern era. Something a bit like Rise of Nations, I would say. But the truth is, Rise of Nations just wasn't as good as Age of Empires 2. So despite the fact that I wanted to root for it and I like it, it's kind of a dead game today. So there's not any point in getting into Rise of Nations now when you have something absolutely excellent available like Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition, which still has active esports tournaments and things like that. There's also something to be said for the nostalgia element for those of us who played this game as teenagers and things, and I am one of them. I didn't play heavily, I wasn't extremely addicted to the game. I thought it was cool, but I really got into Empire Earth, which was my favorite game during my teenage years. I still love it. I still have the box set of it on my shelf. But unfortunately, though you can still play that game from Good Old Games if you want to buy it, and I do have it, it's not really a game that I continue to play because its time's really past at this point. It doesn't have an active multiplayer server, though it does have one that's supported by the mod community. It's functional, but very, very limited in terms of how many people play that game anymore. So you kind of have to just accept the fact that it was a game that was absolutely phenomenal at its peak in the early 2000s, mid-2000s, but now there's better games out there to put your time into. And so sometimes you just have to move on. You have to say, this was a really, really good run, but now we're going to focus on something else, like the new Age of Empires 2 expansion, which is quite cool that a game so old can actually still be active and thriving in its own right. So like here's a good example of something cool. If I want to select all my idle villagers, it's just so simple. Press Shift and period, or Control and period. and I'll select all of my outstanding idle villagers, and I can tell them what I want them to do next. Just very simple, not hard at all to do. I don't have to think about how to make it happen. The hotkeys just there. Auto attacks available, just hit R, I believe, and then they'll auto attack on their way wherever you send them. Stuff like that. It's just all adds up to being a good overall experience that that feels intuitive. So you focus on the strategy instead of the fighting of the UI. Alright, so anyway, let's get into this game here. We're going to build a barracks because we're very close, probably, to getting in trouble. I'm running like 1400 score against the AI of 2100, and he's aged 3, so I'm really doing quite bad here. I need 500 food, so that's our priority 1. Get as much food as we can. And we also need to keep our wood coming in because we need to keep those farms being reseeded. Got the enemy scout here checking things out. We'll build a few militias, and we need to build more housing, I would say, because we have a max of 60, and 60 is going to be used up quite rapidly. I do like how you can build houses in mass, and so when you build a bunch of homes, it feels like a real town, like you're building a city. It's not really a city building game, I know that, but it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to see a bunch of these houses, and you know they actually serve a purpose. It's rather pleasant, I would say. Okay, look at that. There's a scout. He's stealing my animals here? Alright, not at all. We're gonna eat them right now. And 500 food, we can now age 2. 1700 against 2400. I think we catch up a little bit, but we're still really lagging behind because I'm too busy talking and not knowing how to play the game properly to actually do what needs to be done. We'll send those guys over there to do some more hunting also. So what do we need to age up again? Oh no. Well, anyway. I have a little band of guys here. We'll make them the first army. Control group. Whatever. What does it take? It takes 60 food, 20 gold. I probably should be careful about buying them guys, because what I really need is I need to age up. That's what I need more than anything else. I think there's a lot to be said for the importance of something that's simple to understand but difficult to master. When you can understand something simply, then you can figure out how you're going to play in a competitive way. And that's great. But it's kind of like chess. Chess is a very difficult game to master. Extremely difficult. And yet it's also a very simple game. It's not very difficult at all to show somebody how to play chess. Very, very difficult to become a chess master, though. Alright, we are age 2. What is this? Feudal age, I think? Alright, so we need to go to the castle age. We need to build a couple feudal age buildings. So let's go ahead and we'll build a blacksmith. I don't know what a blacksmith does. Like, I guess I definitely ought to know that, but I forgot. I think it's for researching things, and then it also allows the construction of a siege workshop. I think that's how that works. So we can now upgrade our militia to the man of arms. The man of arms is like a general infantry, and then our spearmen would be anti-cavalry. So we'll have some spearmen, some militia. And we need 800 food to age up again. Let's see what else we can build. We'll build a stable. That seems like a real good idea. Super excited. There's a new game coming out that I'm definitely going to be playing called Fabledom. It's kind of like Foundation, only it's a little bit more cute and polished in a way. And it's all about building a little colony, and it's just like managing your own little fairy tale settlement. Super cute. So, looking forward to it. I think it comes out in early access on the 13th. I played the demo and I liked it, so looking forward to that. Okay, so far we haven't been attacked. Guess we'll be thankful for our blessings. We probably ought to start building some towers as soon as we can, especially considering that we do have plenty of stone. Let's see. Where do I have I have a bunch of people standing around here, so let's send them down here to make some walls and fortifications. I don't know if this is a good strategy or not, but seems good to have a little bit of defense around the edges. Maybe we'll build walls. Don't know. Let's see, do we have... Okay, so we have some stone over here, more gold over there. Alright, so let's send a few more people out here to find us some more resources. We'll go here and collect the stone. We need to get our resources as quick as we possibly can. And we'll send another guy out here to build a stone camp. What else do we have? Okay, we have some gold over here. Again, we'll get out here and start expanding our gold mining production. And then I guess we should probably build more farms. I think it's also going to be wise, as soon as we age 3, which we are, we need to train more villagers. Can we upgrade these guys at all? No. Alright. Now we're going to start training, consistently ongoing training, the spearmen and man-at-arms, and then let's also start working on horses. But that's going to cost us food. So that's going to be a problem. And we'll build an archery range. Archery range would be a good thing. We've got to have all our military business put together so we can train our military. Alright. So yes, shift period to select all of our idle villagers. Alright, where are they at? There they are. Alright, you guys come down here and start making more farms. We have 8 of them. That'll do it. Farms are automatically reseeding, so we're good there. Okay. We can upgrade our foot soldiers, so we're going to go ahead with that. Now we need a castle age, 2 castle age buildings, or a castle, and we need 1,000 food, so let's go ahead and do that. Can we build a castle? Yes, we can. That's going to be a good call. We're going to build a castle right off the bat. So I'm not sure. Do I want to... I kind of think I want to put it right here in town, just because I want to be ready. I need more houses. And then the other thing we have to do is we have to make sure we're spending all of our resources. I really, ideally, would want to have no resources left over. Okay, so we can build knights. But I need to be saving my food so I can go to age 4. Okay, so we have two horsemen areas, and we don't have an archery range yet, right? Yeah, so we'll build an archery range. Put it right there. A nice little city going on here. And train a few more of these boys. Pop is 92 of 110. That's alright. Have our castle being built. We'll send these folks over to help. And, yeah, at least soon we'll be at age 4. And then we'll hopefully be able to give the enemy a run for the money. As soon as this castle's built, we should be able to level up. Just about now. There we go. Alright. And we'll cancel all these other things so that we can level up our age right now. Good stuff. Okay. We have plenty of wood and plenty of gold. We could use a bit more stone, but primarily our issue here is food. So send our idle villagers back to become farmers, and we'll build more ships for catching fish. And we have enemies here. Enemies are making their way in. See if our foot soldiers can make their way up here before we get in trouble. So. Okay. Those are higher level troops. So not good, but I think we'll survive. Possibly. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah. I would say all in all, too close for comfort. Absolutely. Down to the last guy. Oh no. And he did not survive. But this guy's gonna make his way over. And the castle will take him out. There we go. Alright. I got ships attacking my people. That's bad. Look at that. Plundering the countryside. What are we gonna do? Okay, so we've aged up. But I don't know what my options are here. I think I need archers. That'd probably be the best way to go. Because we need units at range that can attack those ships and hopefully turn the tides of the rather questionable situation we've gotten ourselves into. I think we're also going to want to build a trading post. So we'll go ahead and do that here. Yep. We better send the farmers out of the way of those ships bombarding. What can we do to... Okay, well, we're going to build some Teutonic Knights. And we're going to build another castle. Because it's at least something. And we're going to keep on building crossbowmen. Okay, so we have some outposts over here, I think. One guy over here. Can we... What can we do here? Build a town center. Yep, that's what I want to do. Because I want to expand, so I'm not just out here. Oh boy. Okay. So now we have some knights. Okay, that's good. Now, what we need, here's what I know what we need here. We need a siege workshop. Because I can't have these ships doing this. They're really messing me up here. Now I have people standing around. It's just a terrible situation, really. And then we need more stone. That's what we need. Okay. We're holding our ground there. It's good. But I really need more defense around town, so we're going to shift our focus as much as possible to defensive structures with the stone that we do have. So, what do we got? We got a lot of people standing around. Let's go ahead and build another farm that's a bit more inland. Oh no, I thought the elephant was attacking for a minute. Because I can't have my food supply completely compromised by those ships. So maybe. Yeah, I don't want any ground units around here at all. I want my mangonels, hopefully. They will be able to turn the tide. Strong versus tight groups of units. Well, I hope ships fall into that category. All right, we're doing all right, I think. A little bit unorganized, I would say, but. We're gonna test this out and see. Oh dear, we've been defeated. So how did we get defeated? What is the oh, okay. Oh, the relic timer was going. So all the relics were captured, and then they held them until the time counted down to 0. So I didn't realize that that was the term of victory. I did not realize that at all. So where are these relics? Where did they find them? Clearly the AI did a better job than I did. That's alright. I'm not quite sure where the relics are. I guess I should have known. I do like the art style in Age of Empires too. It's very distinct. All the civilizations look unique, and they did such a wonderful job of rendering the 2D art. It almost seems like the art in Age of Empires 2 looks prettier and more historically true to life than some of the art in other Age games, which is saying a lot. I've also heard that there's going to be an Age of Mythology coming out. Well, I mean, there already is, but an Age of Mythology sequel, which sounds really cool. if they make a remastered version of Age of Mythology that's basically kind of like Age of Empires 2DE, but Age of Mythology, that would be super cool. All right, well, I don't know. Anyway, here we are. We lost the game, but it was a fun time building up this little base and surviving. And, well, we may have lost the game, but our people have survived to fight another day. In any case, that's Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. I'll probably play a bit more of it since I know there's another expansion pack coming out, and I really do feel like it's more fun. It's more engaging. I feel more excited to play Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition versus the other Age of Empires games, which sound good and look good, but in truth, I don't actually enjoy them as much as I wish I did. So there is that. Kind of give it a try for a bit of time, um, but yes, I think Age of Empires 2, in my opinion, I do think Age of Empires 2 is probably the best of the three if you're looking for something that is engaging and easy to pick up and competitive and just maybe simple enough to be easy to understand, but also complex enough to give you a level of endless replayability. Till next time, hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.